there's a lot that we will learn from these sessions that we must then take back to our front line, which is service delivery. Whether we're coming from government, civil society organization, or you come from Mars, there's a lot that we are going to learn here, and we must take it back to our workspaces. Let's engage without any fear or favor, and much so, let's criticize each other constructively, and let's also propose to say, you know what, if this can be done this way, it can be better.
The theme for this Indaba is progressive sheltering, which emphasizes the importance of sustained and effective implementation in promoting the safety and well-being of survivors and improved multi-level service delivery. For shelters to do the work that they need to do, it's really imperative that they have the funding to be able to offer excellence in services to the survivors of gender-based violence. From an external perspective, it may appear that shelters merely house women and children, but this is completely untrue.
Saying to DSD, we want to work with you guys. Help us, help our communities, help us make a difference in South Africa, in Johannesburg, in our Gauteng. I think one of my worst cases I had was a 12-year-old that was sexually abused from the front and the back by 10 guys. And we're seeing heavy things. So I stand here with a heavy heart.
And then there's the question of the role of alcohol, which is always mentioned if, heaven forbid, the victim was drinking or she was coming home from a shebeen. But it's discussed far less often in terms of the perpetrator and in terms of its role in domestic killings, which take place at home, not in a bar. We already knew that alcohol played a very significant role in increasing all non-natural deaths in South Africa. We know this because of the massive, quite unplanned, controlled experiment that took place during COVID-19, where during the lockdown stages at different times, the sale of alcohol was completely prohibited. And this was also combined with various curfews, which restricted people's movement.
Now, I get to brag to you guys about how far we have come as an organization. Like, because we're doing so well. And I think we owe that to the action learning model, because it has provided us with so many opportunities, and we have achieved more than we even set out to achieve. We want to move from just being a shelter that houses women. We want to be a progressive shelter in line with this year's theme. We want to be progressive. We want to be seen as making valid changes in these women's lives.
So the thing that joins all of us in this group and at this Indaba is that we are all aware that awareness is insufficient. We need political will, we need accountability, we need measurable actions. It's so easy to sit and write down objectives, but how do we actually measure whether we are making any progress? So collaborations, partnerships, and human connections are vital. And even being in this room, the face-to-face connections that we make in this Indaba, what we get from it is so much more and so much more personal. Just having people giving personal accounts and feeling safe in this space really does make a difference.
One of the things that we as civil society, as NGOs, are notoriously bad at is an argument of our impact and our returns. And one thing around donors, and we've been a donor ourselves, we manage the Constitutionalism Fund, etc., is that donors invest in change. You may come to them with a long proposal about how you do your work. You know, so many women, we got these facilities, we feed them at this point, etc. And they will still say, yeah, okay. But where's the change? Because we want to invest in the change. And so the social returns on investment, which I must sort of admit most NGOs don't actually go this far, is to sort of say, if we're doing our incredibly important work, how are we actually contributing to lowering healthcare costs, lowering legal costs, or law enforcement expenses, for example? If we are successful at what we do, what savings do we facilitate to government and to the economy?